What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Conor Punch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Conor Benn. Conor Benn could face 4-year ban as the anti-doping chiefs investigate positive drug tests that KO'd Chris Eubank Jr. fight. Wow. The Sun Sport understands that UK anti-doping will launch a formal probe after traces of banned fertility drug clomiphene, which boosts testosterone, were found in Benn's A sample. Wow. His failed drug tests conducted by the voluntary anti-doping agency led to postponement of tonight's grudge match in a $25 million catchweight fight with Chris Eubank at the O2 Arena. Now Ukad will write to VADA to request the analysis of the 26-year-old's adverse finding. Only Ukad have the authority to issue a doping ban, but it is understood VADA, whose testing services typically cost around £30,000, are prepared to hand over the necessary documentation. The bombshell news comes after Benn's promoter Eddie Hearn threatened legal action against the British boxing chiefs after they refused to sanction the fight. Wow. Conor's legendary father, Nigel Benn, leaped to his son's defense on Friday after his boy had already vowed to clear his name. He took to social media and says, "Hey guys, as you know, we're in total shock. I've been with my son for the last 10 weeks, and the training has absolutely gone the best that he could have been. He's a dedicated trainer. He leaves no stone unturned, and we'll get to the bottom of this. I love my son." Those are the words of Nigel Benn. I don't know if he cut no corners. He just goes straight at it 100%. But we'll keep you informed. We'll let you know what the next step is. But he's faithful. He's a faithful trainer and a clean athlete. Speak to you all. God bless. Meanwhile, Benn's devastated coach Tony Sims says he'll keep supporting the boxer. Sims said, having spoken to Conor personally in length surrounding the subject and listened to him, I support him as a coach and as a friend. He says, we're determined to get to the bottom of this as a team, working closely with Nigel's legal advisors in an effort to understand the meaning of adverse finding and resolve the matter urgently. Okay. Well, let me counterpunch. I did a live yesterday, okay? And a lot of people, are running Conor Benn up the flagpole, which they should. But how far up the flagpole should you run Conor? Jarrell Miller had a $7 million fight, possibly another fight with Anthony Joshua, okay? And he had 3 different drugs in his system. I know it looks bad, but, it's the same shit. They were both dirty. And it's one of those things where we have so many people, so many boxers. I went down the list yesterday. Tyson Fury, Canelo Alvarez, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Shane Mosley, Fernando Vargas. The list goes on, people, of guys that has taken something that they shouldn't have. Luis Ortiz, Alexander Povetkin. These guys, Evander Holyfield, these guys have done this throughout time, okay? And a lot of people are looking, like, oh, Conor shit. He shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have done that. No, he shouldn't have. But I think the protocol to use him as an example for this particular fight, I think it's harsh, especially on the first defense. Second defense, Jarrell Miller probably, knows better than anybody. He still had 2 more years, and they gave him 4 years total, but he tested positive twice, not Conor. So if anything, the worst case scenario, should be 2 years. But it just show you, though, when you try to pull shit like that, and God bless him if he doesn't know he took anything, but then he contradicts himself saying you don't even take vitamin C without knowing what's in it. So a lot of times people shoot themselves in the foot with the things that they currently said about other fighters that has tested dirty. That's why you have to be careful what you say and how hard you scold people when that time comes, because that time could be your time. And that time is Conor's time. So we will see what Ukad will do. But a 4-year ban, that will put him at 30, 31 years old, been out of the ring that long, and who knows what happens to your career after that. It will take a massive hit. That's the developing stages of that young man's career and the fights that he needed to be who he, or his potential to be who he was or will be. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Conor Benn's 4-year ban. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.